Oh, yeah. hmm You know, there's a person named Jimmy Choo. Yeah. hmm And as a man, you might not have heard of him before, but I actually have heard of him before. He has considerable name recognition for those that wear shoes. And Jimmy Choo, yeah. Looks like he's got himself a new fragrance. Yes. The Jimmy Choo fragrance. Yes. Now, for a lot of men, shoes are not as important to them as to women. And I know that as a man, I've oftentimes had to get my shoes at the clothing bank or the Walmart if somebody gave me a gift certificate. In fact, the last time I was able to purchase some shoes was because somebody gave me a gift card. But when I sit here and I think about, well, my own smell, it looks like this Jimmy Choo fever, yeah, is for women. Now, let's say you're a man and you wouldn't wear any sort of cologne or aftershave that's named after a woman, as if a man would wear a woman's named fragrance. Yes. But for some reason, women don't have a problem wearing a fragrance named after a man. Now, Jimmy Choo, yes, is one of these big shoe designers. I don't know exactly how I heard about him, but I think it was on television someplace that somebody mentioned that they had to get some new Jimmy Choo shoes. Yes. And some of these shoes, they cost quite a bit of money. I mean, some women, they probably spend thousands of dollars on just having the right pair of shoes. But I've been unable to purchase shoes that actually are fitting my own feet. Yeah. And it seemed like, well, I don't care about your feet. Pooch. I don't care about your rights. I don't care that there's fraud and forgery. As long as I get the shoes that I want, that's all I care about. But let's say I wanted to know about your individual cologne. Is it important for you to smell good while having a badge on? See, there's billions upon billions of dollars being spent on various fragrances that a lot of people wear because they think it adds to their attractiveness to other persons. And as much as I don't wear deodorant and antiperspirant, and I didn't know the difference between the two of them. In fact, I didn't even know there was a sweating disease that 1 in 5 persons have. No, that's 1 in 20 persons. Yeah. I think you might have a fragrance that I find unattractive. Now, there's something called. Have you ever read those advertisements in the back of a lot of men's magazines that if you have the right, it's not endorphins, it's there's something that women find, well, irresistible. Yes. Yes, yes. I've often thought, well, if I had a woman and she was to smell me, she'd probably find me attractive or unattractive. You know, it's. Do you know? You ever read those advertisements in the back of men's magazines that if you wear this fragrance, women will find? No, it's very important because they're not endorphins. Yes. And they're not adrenaloids. Yes. There's something that if a woman smells a man and she smells this kind of a fragrance from them, yes. Now I don't happen to have the right kind of magazines here, but I'm one of these that when I read a magazine, yes, I always read the advertisements, and you'd be surprised all the different magazines that I've read over the course of my life. Now you would think it, oh, the Cannonball, yes. You know, they usually have them in the back of men's magazines, Bob's Speedometer Service. Yes, that's something important to a man. LeBaron and Bonnie Company, the best restoration interiors. Yes. And then Robert's Motor Parts, new and NOS parts. Yes. Northwest Transmission Parts, tons of parts ready to ship. Look at that for any car, light truck ever made in the U.S. Hibernia Auto Restoration LLC. See, when you consider the difference between a man's magazine and I will probably think about it. I will think of it. Now, this is the Cannonball Blast. Yes. Tooling from the upper Midwest and a GMC legend. Yes. But when I think about Cannonball, I think about the Cannonball Run and the two women that were in one of these very expensive motor cars. Yes. They were unzipping the top of their shirts every time the police officer stopped them. Then once there was a female police officer and she looked down at the cleavage of the two women in the vehicle. Yes. And she's kind of like, that's not going to do anything for me. That's not going to do anything for me.